and men, they don't understand. I don't care how long you go to school for, you do not understand the female body. Hello guys, oh my god, I'm not actually on a sit down video in months because the last few videos have been very much pre-filmed. I couldn't actually put them up when I wanted to just because of some logistic reasons I can't actually go into. Today's video is going to be on my PCOS journey. Well, this is fairly much the beginning, but I'll kind of go back into how I got diagnosed and all of that. So before, YouTube loves engagement, please just, you know, give it a comment, give it a thumbs up. It really helps, like, with the getting it out there, and I really want to grow my channel. Like, it's something I am working on. So yes, got diagnosed with PCOS about in August of 2020, so a couple of months ago I got diagnosed. So the reason that I got diagnosed is because, put a bit of backstory on it, I have had very consistent periods my whole life. I did start quite early. I started at about 10 years old, but my period has always been 28 days, and I've always had a 3-day period for as long as I can remember. It's always been 3 days, and it's always been 28 days in between my cycles. So if you I'll put the video down below, but if you watch my video about my ex and all of the issue, that the last thing that he chokes me out basically, I'll leave that video down below. But after we broke up, I decided I didn't want to be with anyone. Like, I didn't want to be with a guy. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be with anyone. I don't need to be on contraception. I need my body to just, you know, and I knew that further down the line I wanted to, you know, heal my body in a way that when I'm ready to have kids, I can just do it naturally, and I didn't have to go down. And not that there's anything wrong with it, let me put that out there, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's kind of something that I wanted to do for myself and how I saw my life. So I came off my contraception March of 2019, and I didn't go back on anything. My period from March till August of 2019 was very normal, 28 days. I had a cycle and it was 3 days long, and then August came and it was a little bit delayed, maybe by like a couple of days. What is going on? Like, I don't understand. And so I did take a pregnancy test because I was like, I'm never late, like I'm not normally late. So I did take a pregnancy test and it did come back negative, and I was like, okay, so I'm not pregnant, like, where's my period? I was like, don't worry, this was over bank holiday weekend, it was carnival. I was thinking, yeah, all I want to do is drink and have a good time, like, and I was spotting a little bit, but not enough for me to be concerned about me starting my period. I was like, I've never spotted before, maybe this is just in between. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking, it's carnival, let's go and get drunk. No, anyone else? And then on the second day, so carnival's 2 days, on the second day it was so bad, like, it was so heavy, but I wasn't in any pain. Being on contraception, my pain disappeared. Previous to contraception, I was in a lot of pain, a lot of it, all the time during my period, like the whole 3 days. But then after 3 days it was gone, so I didn't really. But then this was like, okay, I'm not getting any pain, good. After being off contraception, I didn't have any pain. Are we keeping up with me? Because if we're not, then I'm a bit lost myself. Anyway, so the last few days I was in so much pain. I was like, oh my god. And I'm starting this new job and I'm in pain. I'm just like stress. But got through that month, it was fine. Again, I was late in September, and again, I'm a 28 day, like, I know cycles can be between 28 and 35 days, I know that, but for me it was just very abnormal. So I spoke to my GP and I was like, I don't know, my periods are becoming a bit abnormal for me, like they're a lot heavier and a lot more spaced out. And they're like, no, this is normal, whatever. We'll take some blood just to see, be on the safe side. Got my blood work done. my prolactin was high. So my prolactin in the beginning was around 600, and it's supposed to be between 0 and 400. And 600 indicates normally when you have high prolactin levels, it's either when you're pregnant or you're breastfeeding, and was neither of those. And they kept asking me, am I pregnant? And I kept telling them no, and they, every time I said no, I'm not pregnant, they're like, are you sure? Sorry, am I what? Yes, I'm sure. Like, what? Anyways, like at this point I wasn't seeing no one. I had seen this one guy like here and there, but it was nothing to be concerned about, kind of thing. Didn't get my period in November, and I'm like, hello, where are you? Like, you know, clockwork here. And I was also like keeping an eye on the time it had been since they're coming off contraception, because even though it does clear your system, then you kind of have to deal with the after effects of your body kind of getting back used to it. So I'm like, okay, is there anything wrong? Like, I'm concerned, I haven't had my period, but I was cramping, and that was the main thing for me, that I was cramping really badly. And I'd been cramping all throughout between August and November. I was cramping on my period, off my period I was cramping. I was really just uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be cramping like that. No one does, for no reason. Like, so I go back to my GP and he sends me for more blood work just to keep an eye on my prolactin levels, and it came back that I'd ovulated. I was like, okay, cool. The day after I took the blood test, I got my period. I was like, okay, cool. December was my last period, December of 2019. And because my prolactin was high and I didn't get my period in January, I was like, okay, something's not right. Like, my period are becoming irregular now. This is not right. Because up until this point, I was speaking to all male doctors, and men, they don't understand. I don't care how long you go to school for, you do not understand the female body. I don't care if you've cut open a woman and looked inside in a surgery. I don't care. You do not know what it's like to have a monthly period, to have these extra hormones up in the air like there's no tomorrow, fucking be bleeding out of your crotch every fucking day, like for a week. Like, men don't get that. So when a male doctor's telling me, oh, but this is normal, but are you okay? Anyways, finally spoke to a female doctor. She was so lovely. She was like, I know this could be nothing, but I want to send you to an endocrinologist just to be on the safe side. Thank you. That's all I wanted. If endocrinologist said to me, no, this is normal, I would have been like, okay. I just wanted to make sure they had a good look and everything was okay, you know? So they sent me for endocrinologist for the 1st of April, but as we all know, Miss Rona fucked up all our lives. I say that in such a melodramatic way because I've had the best 2020, so relax. So my endocrinologist appointment got cancelled, and then I didn't have a period, and it came April, and I'm calling them like, can I get another appointment? Like, what can you do for me? I still haven't got it. And I'm calling them April, May, June, and then in June they were like, okay, so because they re-referred me to endocrinologist, and they said, no, there's nothing we can do about it because it's not extreme enough, so we can't help you. I was like, what? I was to learn later on. I was just like, how can you tell me that me not having a period is not extreme enough? If you are a woman and you go more than 3 months without your period and you are not pregnant, see your GP, because the endometrium, I'm not a doctor so don't quote me, but the endometrium lining, which is where your blood is, you know, it forms, like that build up, it's not supposed to sit there. That's why we have a period. And the build up of the endometrium cells, as if you don't know, cancer is an overgrowth of cells, hence how we get the endometrium cancer. That's basically the gist of it. So they're telling me that it's not important enough yet. I've gone 4 or 5 months without a period. Okay. Anyways, June comes. I spoke to my doctor. They said, we're going to send you for blood work again, but we're going to send you also for a ultrasound, and luckily my GP has the ability to do ultrasounds. This is during COVID times, you know, procedure, mask, temperature, hand sanitizer, whatever. She's wearing a mask, I'm wearing a mask, and the scan, I mean, I've had ultrasounds before, and I'll go into that in a bit, but I asked her, is everything okay? She said, yeah, everything looks great. Just answer the phone. Oh yeah, so the findings on your scan is consistent with PCOS. What? The woman in the scan told me there's no cysts, no issues. Doctor was like, oh, but there is a growth that we don't know what it is, so we're gonna have to send you for another scan. A growth? Excuse me? A growth where? A growth of what? I know they didn't know, but don't tell me there's a growth. Do you know what that sounds like? That sounds like some next weird ugly ass thing is growing inside of me. Like, that's not a child. Like, what is growing inside of me? Can someone tell me? Anyway, so went for the next scan. Now the woman was a bitch. Nasty. Like, she was just nasty. She was a bitch. She was like, well, the first thing you need to do is you need to lose weight, and that will get rid of your symptoms. My weight is because of my PCOS. I came off contraception and gained 50 pounds in less than 3 months. Not by the change in my diet, because I was still going to the gym. I hadn't cancelled my gym membership at this point when I'd moved out. I was still going to the gym. When I was in treatment, I wasn't eating, but I was still going to the gym. I was still gaining weight. It didn't make sense. Now, doing my research, it makes sense. And she was like, normally when you go on contraception, your PCOS, you gain weight on contraception. I'm like, no, I never gained weight on contraception apart from when I had the implant when I was 16. But other than that, I've been on the pill because what had worked for me for the most part. Because I left that appointment in tears, floods of tears. Like, I tried to vlog it for you guys, but I couldn't. I was distraught. Let me tell you, I was fucking distraught. And I think her tone of voice was just didn't help the situation. So I did with research. Oh my god. And started taking magnesium, zinc, vitamin D and calcium from Vitabiotics that you can get in Boots, and that helped with just my overall body in general. And then a lot of people started talking about inositol, and in the UK you can't just go out and just buy pure inositol. You could only get it through Pregnacare. So I picked up Pregnacare and I looked at the dosing, and in a lot of people's products the dosage was a lot higher, but in the Pregnacare it was quite low. But I took Pregnacare for the last 2 months and I've had a period for the last 2 months. If you guys want to know what supplements I'm using, how I'm dealing with my PCOS and how I'm helping heal my body, leave it in a comment down below. If you want to see me every step of the way when it comes to my PCOS, follow me on Instagram. Go. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about the background. Yes, Christmas decorations are up. Be on a bit of a consistent, okay, I'm moving my hands too much, a bit of a consistent, I'm doing vlogmas this year, so get ready, bitches. If you are a woman or female or whatever of period ages and something is not right, you shouldn't be in pain to the point where you can't get out of bed. You shouldn't be bleeding every half an hour, changing changing your pad every half an hour, because on my first period back, that's exactly what I was doing. It was very abnormal. Like, you shouldn't be. There's so many things that we've classed as normal, and if you think it's abnormal, please see your GP and make sure you speak to a woman doctor, a woman, because women understand women. Men don't understand women. What? They don't. Anyways, I've got to go. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video.